What Should I Do Wednesday. I hope you guys are having a fantastic, wonderful middle of your week. I know I am, aside from the fact that, like, my allergies have decided to kick my butt. It started last night and I just got, like, packed in and I couldn't breathe. And I was coughing. It was just gross. Like, I took 2 Benadryl, knocked me out. And then I didn't really sleep well. Like, it knocked me out, like, initially, and then I woke up and couldn't get back to sleep, and I tossed and I turned, but I was exhausted. And I just had zero energy. I still have no energy. Like, I could take a 5-hour nap and be completely fine, but I have way, way, way too much to do. And I'm also, like, impatiently waiting on a couple of places to call me back about a job. So I have, like, glued my cell phone to my ear and just... Ugh, I can't, it's driving me nuts. Like, this is stressing me out. Somebody better call me and tell me one way or another, because my blood pressure cannot handle this. It is driving me absolutely insane. But both of them look really promising. I'm just kind of waiting for that phone call. And waiting is like half the battle, right? Like, it's just awful. I have no patience anyway. And when I'm excited about something and I want something to go well, then I have zero patience. So, I'm just in a weird spot because I'm impatiently waiting. But good things come to those who wait, right? Right. Or at least that's what I keep telling myself. But we are not here to talk about impatiently waiting for a job or seasonal allergies. We are here for What Should I Do Wednesday, where I answer all of your general paranormal related questions that you guys ask me all up on the Facebook page or through private message. And we have a fun little list as always, so we are going to get started. Okay, thanks. Bye. Our first question is, when you come in contact with a spirit, do you really get that staticky, cobwebby feeling people talk about? I've never personally been in contact in that way, like where they've either passed through me or I've made like a direct contact with them. I have yet to experience that, but I know my friends have, and I talk to our fellow admin Bobby a lot, who's a paranormal investigator, and she's experienced all of that craziness firsthand, and I trust her word and I trust what she says, and she says it does feel just like a cobweb going, you know, like you walking through a cobweb. You have that sticky, staticky electricity feeling going through you. And so I would say yes, it does feel that way, because I'm going off of someone's opinion that I trust. I've never yet to experience it. I'm down. I've said that before. Like, I want that experience. I know I'm crazy for saying that, but I do. I want that paranormal experience. I want to be able to be like, I've felt that energy. I pick up on energy all the time, but it's not like so overly powerful that I feel something like that. And so I can't wait for the day when I get to go on my first like legit investigation and experience all of that, because then I can answer some of these questions from what I have experienced personally. And that's how I like to answer them, even though I have no shame in going to people who have and asking their opinion about it. But I want to experience it myself, just so I can give you like a first-hand account of what it really felt like. And so I trust her opinion and I trust her judgment, and she says it does. And so we're going to go with yes, it does. And I can't wait for the day that I get my first experience in that, because I'll be so excited. I'll probably be scared to death, but I will be beyond excited. Moving on. Our next question is, how do you guard against psychic vampires? Okay, a psychic vampire is essentially like a person who just lives to drain the energy out of everyone around them, and I hate that. Especially as an empath. So when I'm in a room with a bunch of people that I don't know, I can usually feel them from like a mile away, because I get very agitated and very kind of pissy almost, and I just become this really irritated person. And usually like it's in crowds where others chalk it off to like being hungry or tired, or you're doing something. So like we'll be in a mall and we've been shopping for a long time, or you know, we are at an event like a fair or a carnival or something with a lot of crowd, like a large crowd, and you kind of get to that point where you're just kind of done and you're drained anyway, and then someone comes into your space that just sucks whatever life you have remaining out of you. And when I get really tired, I get really pissy. Like, I get really cranky. Just leave me alone. Don't mess with me. Either love on me or leave me alone, because I don't want to be messed with. I want, like, in a negative way. I want to either, like, cuddle up on the couch and go to sleep, or I want to be left the hell alone. And it's so draining for me personally when I am in the presence of someone like that who just sucks all of the positive energy out of my life. Like, I can be in a great mood, and then someone will come into the room and just suck the life out of me. And it's instantaneous for me, and it can happen like that. And I hate it. Like, I can't, and you can't tell them that. Like, the thing is, the problem with them, with, like, vampires like that you can't tell them that. You can't tell them you are sucking the life out of me. You can, but they're not going to listen to you. They're not going to get it. They're not going to understand. They're going to think you're crazy and whatever. And they just don't understand what they're doing. And some of them understand what they're doing and they don't care. Like, the more agitated that you get, the more pissy that you get, the better off they are, because they're taking away every ounce of your energy. So to guard yourself against that is just keep your shields up as much as you can. Keep your guards up, keep yourself protected. Meditate, keep your head clear, be able to recognize when someone was in your space that is doing that to you, and be able to walk away. Like, remove yourself from the environment if possible, and when you can't, just remember to keep your shields up and your guards up, because I know for me, when I get comfortable and get into a place where I feel comfortable, I'm with my friends or my family, I can let my guard down very easily, and I can let my shield down, and that makes me very vulnerable. And when someone like that comes into the room and begins to take all of that, and I'm not paying enough attention, they can suck that out of me very quickly. So I have to be able to keep my guards up and keep my shields up. And so that's the advice that I give to you too, as well, is like, be able to clear your head, be able to remove yourself from the situation if possible. And when you can't, just be able to stay strong and stand your ground and be like, no, you're not going to do this to me. I am not going to allow you to come in here and suck every ounce of energy out of me, because that's not fair. You want it for your own personal gain. You don't want it to help anything. You don't want it for whatever. You want it to be selfish. So get away from me, you stupid leech. Okay, thanks, bye. Makes me sassy. I don't like it. Like, it just irritates me. Get your own energy. Don't take mine. Our last question is, how do motion sensors and shadow detectors work in regards to the paranormal? Okay, so when you think of like a motion sensor or a floodlight or a shadow detector of some sort, you think of like home security purposes, right? Right. You put them outside to protect yourself against burglars and unknown predators, animals. If you know, some people do it because they live in areas around bears and wild animals that can come into your yard, and you use it to protect yourself. Where more and more, though, people are using them, obviously, in the paranormal world, they've discovered that shadow detectors and motion sensors can be tripped by by spirit activity. From what I read and what I understand is that based off of the electromagnetic energy that these pieces of equipment emit and give off, a spirit is able to manipulate that equipment in order to manifest and trip those sensors because of the energy in the area. Whatever type of energy those spirits are giving off, those particular sensors are able to pick up on and work as if someone was walking in front of them. A lot of times, the sound of like a footstep or a rapid movement will set these sensors off, and we think that it's just based on the electromagnetic energy that the spirit is giving off, and that coupled with the electromagnetic energy that the machines are giving off. Together, those two fields of energy are coming together to combine and become stronger and allow within that field of energy for the spirit to manifest. And so more and more investigators are using these tools because they are getting evidence with them. I mean, when you think about a detector, a motion detector going off with nothing there, I mean, then obviously something is manipulating this piece of equipment. And we've even seen people do experiments where they'll like walk in front of it and it works. And then they'll put like a piece of paper in front of it and kind of flap it around a little bit and move it in front of it and it won't go off. So obviously it's not like anything is tripping this sensor. And then they'll walk away and nothing will be there and all of a sudden they'll go off. And then they'll hear, coupled with either a disembodied voice or a footstep. And so, one or more pieces of evidence around the same event is typically classified as paranormal. And so I think it's just the energy that's coming off the machine coupled with the energy of the spirit is allowed to manifest that spirit into something that those sensors can detect and set off. it's a really cool thing to be able to say that like something like that piece of equipment that was never designed for that purpose is helping the paranormal world grow. And that's why I love the tech questions, because I love all of the equipment, like how everyday equipment is becoming something that the paranormal world can use to make contact with the spirit world, like with spirits. And that's insane to me. Like, I can't imagine in 5 or 10 years what little household item we're going to be able to use that we've never been able to use before that can detect spirit activity. I think it's going to be able to help people who are really hurting and struggling and don't have the means or the money or the financial ability to have a paranormal investigation team come in and like help them or investigate their house. I think they're going to be able to do it on their own if they so choose to do that, just by the advances that are coming along with our everyday pieces of equipment that people use to detect spirit activity. But that is all I have for What Should I Do Wednesday. I will be back on Friday for GA Flashback Friday, where we recap a past episode of Ghost Adventures. Until then, stay happy, stay healthy, have a great rest of your week. I will see you Friday. Much love and happiness. Bye, guys.